Aloha, guys. Wanted to express a few encouragements or applicable concepts for the police departments of throughout the nation and world. One of them is just having a presence. Being around when there are large groups of people or perhaps stores. I think there should always be a police assignment, or at least driving by. The second is actually on foot patrols. One person can be lightly equipped so they can move quickly. They can run fast. The other can be more heavily laden with gear. Also, if there are two police, one can be a good cop, one can be bad cop. When you're in a mindset of being friendly, you become vulnerable because you may not be looking out for danger. So one officer can be more of a courteous kind of, the community oriented, like hello, and then the one walking next to him can be more serious and looking out for possible threats. And the laws sometimes are unsupportive of police. Certain laws like marijuana laws that qualify it as whatever substance, blah blah blah. That's something to consider. Certain laws that make the police look bad, so to be alert to that. Looks like cool. Have a good atmosphere back in the background. Fireworks, and where are the fireworks? And some music, but this is a serious subject matter at hand here. Police, I know there are different elements to it, whether they should be in tandem, whether that's the most efficient approach. I feel like some times they should go together, and like I said, do that good cop bad cop procedure, and also just look out for each other. Two police make more of a presence than a single officer, and they can back each other up, in a mental way, not just physical presence. Another one is for them to they should also, I feel, have a person sit down, then wait till another officer arrives, and then have them throw an ID instead of giving it to the person, because if they give it to the person might try to attack or grab the officer. Another big issue is lighting. Areas where there's poor lighting and dark, areas when it's dark at night. In a way, I think the police should, in some instances, be involved, but in certain instances, it's people's fault for being at the wrong place at the wrong time. In the same capacity, I think there should be shelters so that people can have a safe place to be, so police don't have to respond to so many domestic abuses. And another thing, of course, would be to actually look at some of the stats associated with different criminal activities going on, and to try to make the fireworks back there. Try to derive a conclusion as to what the moves the department should make. What they should do. In order to better serve and protect. And again, lighting is a big issue. I think they should have brighter lights on their cars, like that lift up, like a lift up light that creates a bright projection of light in the whole surrounding, not just directional flashlight style light systems. But again, it's public service announcements that encourage people to avoid the wrong people, the wrong places, and that there can be people serving, with drugs in the wherever they are. How to deal with manipulative people, just stuff like that that can help people to minimize the need for police. Although it's good to have them around, I think it's not good when they have to respond. And if there's anything other the public at large can do about it, then I think it's to their task to not overburden the police department with having to manage problematic activity. Any other relating thoughts? Let's see. Another thing, this more so applies to, say, the military branches of the military, but maybe even the police department. The idea of having female police officers. I'm not gender prejudiced or thinking that men are stronger or more mentally sharp than women, because in many cases, women are equal or stronger than some of their male counterparts. But the idea of having women, it can create some, it can create some little sexual tensions between, like, the quote unquote brotherhood of man type of, all the guys in the police department, and that can create some tension and distraction, especially in the military, when you absolutely do not need those types of sensations or distractions going on. That's a side note, but I think the essence of it is people should look out for themselves, and not just expect the police or other security to be looking out for them. Another thing is texting. I feel like the police should always have a number of people, looking out for people texting, and it's an ongoing issue that needs to be dealt with. And any other relating issues? I'm curious. Let's see. Basically, another one is not when they're trying to make a presence, not just standing all together, because that makes them a target, but rather standing maybe 2 pairs here, 2 pairs there, and any other relating thoughts? I don't think so. I think just an encouragement that people, police should be making a presence, like greeting people, like be this, the town sheriff kind of mentality that helps to create for them a presence. And also there should be an anonymous tip line where people can call in, even stuff like people displaying rude behavior or rude driving. All these can be documented, and a character profile can be built of people, even if they're not necessarily being criminal per se. There can be a character profile for each person, and then there could be a participant, and I think there is, to a degree, participant or organization where people can contribute to the police department, or just be more community oriented, like being considerate of laws and regulations of where they live, and another thing is the police dispatch. Sometimes you call and no one answers. I think that more volunteers are needed there to respond. Maybe older people could fulfill that role. Thanks for considering these viewpoints with the goal and interest of making a safer world, both for police on duty that have to respond and for the public at large. Aloha.